we talk about cheating in boxing, the names that usually pop up are Tyson Fury, Antonio Margarito, and countless others that have used PEDs and performance enhancement drugs, and more recently, Ryan Garcia. But one name that never pops up is a man by the name of Luis Resto, considered the worst cheat in boxing history, okay? Luis was born June 11th, 1955 in Puerto Rico. He moved to the Bronx when he was 9 years old. When he was in the 8th grade, he elbowed his math teacher in the face, and he spent like 6-7 months in rehabilitation for the mentally challenged. So he had a couple of screws loose, so to speak. And not long after he got out of the I would call it an insane asylum, he had his uncle signed him up for boxing in a Bronx gym. Okay, and then he became a 2-time New York Golden Gloves amateur state champion at the welterweight division. He trained at the PALs, and he won both the 1975 and 76 147-pound Golden Glove Open Championships. All right. As far as the fight goes that led him to become I think he is the biggest, he's considered the biggest cheat in boxing. All right, June 16, 1983, he beat a guy by the name of Billy Collins Jr. at Madison Square Garden. It was a 10-round unanimous decision. It was on the undercard for the Roberto Duran versus Davey Moore fight. And then when Billy Collins' father, Billy Sr., he came to shake Luis Resto's hand, that's when he found out that Resto's gloves felt thin. And then he started yelling and saying that the gloves didn't have no padding in it. And then he demanded that the New York State Athletic Commission impound the gloves. And then the investigation revealed that somebody removed an ounce of padding from each of the gloves and then filled it with chalk. Unfucking believable, man. Collins' eyes were swollen shut by the end of the 10th round, and then the rest of his face was swollen. It was impossible to believe a light puncher like that could inflict that much damage on somebody. Wow. Said Collins suffered a torn iris and permanently blurred vision, and that ended his boxing career. He died months later when he drove his car into a covert while he was drinking and driving. It's crazy, man. So after a month's investigation, the New York State Boxing Commission determined that the trainer, that Resto trainer, Panama Lewis, removed the padding from the gloves. And it was determined that Resto should have known the gloves were illegal. The commission suspended Luis Resto's boxing license for a year. Oh, unbelievable. And then it says in 86, his trainer, Panama Lewis, and Luis Resto, both of them were put on trial, and they were found guilty of assault, criminal possession of a weapon with his hands, pretty much Resto's hands, and conspiracy. The prosecutors charged that Resto had to have known that the gloves were illegal, and therefore the bout amounted to an illegal 10-round assault. Yep. Prosecutors also argued that the plot was centered on a large amount of money bet on Resto by the third party who had met with Lewis prior to the fight. Resto served 2.5 years in prison, and it took him 15 years of trying to regain his license. He was finally allowed to work as a cornerman by New York State. Wow. Yeah, hey man, that's what need to happen to boxers when they do that shit now. When they fuck with their padding, or when they are drug cheats in the ring, they need to get punishment. They need to go to jail. I told y'all this, man. I don't know why a lot of these fighters don't get to go to jail, bro. You get in the ring and you can kill somebody, man. Rather it's through being petted up, or rather it's through gloves. You know, so I don't know why everything is so lenient now, but that's what needed to happen. But this dude clearly was boxing's biggest cheat in history. Just a little nugget of information for y'all that probably didn't know that. This your boy Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And I'm off this.